Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 18, the 18th video of the Tools of the Trade playlist, which for the most part is reviews of spittoons. And that is what we will be taking a look at today. And that is actually the name of the product. It's called the Spittoon. So we're going to take it over to the desk. This is something, it's pretty darn cheap. I'll give it that. It's got some serious flaws, and I don't know if I would actually suggest buying because of those flaws. Now, when I say cheap, it is about, I think I got this particular one for a little under $13. So, I mean, you got to limit your expectations when dealing like that. I mean, it's considerably cheaper by half from any mud jug. However, there are a couple aspects of it I don't care for, but there's also a couple of aspects that are questionable as to the integrity of the product. The construction is a little questionable. Anyway, let's take it over to the desk and we'll take a closer look at it there. Okay, so here we are. So basically what you have here is a two-piece construction, all right? It's got a fairly deep cup. The entirety of the cup is holding fluid if you want it. This one in particular is in a sort of black speckle, all right, but it goes all the way down. That is good because this is going to be holding a lot more than any mud jug product. But there are problems with this. Now, there is the top. Now, it is goofy. That is because it is a can holder, all right. And then to get the can back out, they have made two basically finger holes to pop it back out. All fine and good. I mean, if a lot of these companies, you know, a spittoon by its very nature is just like, okay, there's only so much we can add to this thing. So a big deal is, you know, can holders. Now, I don't know anybody that's walking around with a spittoon. And actually, where I'm from here, I don't know anybody that has a spittoon besides me. But anyway, besides that, looking past that, I don't know anybody that's actually using a can holder. Like, I can't use that spittoon. It doesn't have a can holder. Like, you get what I'm saying. And then you have the entry point. Now, this would be working sort of like a soda bottle or a mud jug stealth. Same type idea. Now, you're looking at this and you're going like, well, there's no exhaust hole. If you're putting stuff down, there's nothing to let air out. And that is a major problem with it, or that shows or points to the major problem with this. You're not going to need one. And the reason for that is there's no gasket where the upper and the lower meet. And that is a major, major problem in my mind. All right. Now, does it come pouring out if you upturn? No, it doesn't. But at the same time, it gets a little bit wet. Now, I have not actually used this with dip, but I have tested it with water, and yeah, it will leak out. What I mean by that is there is no rubber on that at all. There's no gasket. It's got these lock-in points, and it is recessed. So this outer wall and this inner wall, this lip fits in between both. So it doesn't come out to the extent as you would think it would, but it's not great. And that is the major problem with this product. The biggest problem in my mind. The next one is not so much a big deal, not as big deal as that anyway, is this thing. So this is basically sort of a rubbery top stop, which is questionable itself, but how it's attached is even more. Like, I could rip this off right now if I wanted, probably using 2 fingers and less than 3 pounds of pressure. You see that in there? Yeah. In fact, I'm not even quite sure if that line would break. I think that little end stopper there would just pull through the hole. So that's an issue too. I mean, this is like, but again, this thing was, let's say, with tax and shipping, $13. So at that level, at that price, you know, I'm hesitant to make too much of a big deal of this. This is also another one of those products that I feel may have been originally for something else. Now, there have been a few of them. Excuse me. But this one, you see these things here? It's almost like it was set up for a strap at some point. Like maybe the bottom was originally made for something else. What would be interesting, and I have not done it yet, would be to see if this holds heat. If this was made had a different top on it, and this was made for something else, and has been repurposed. And there's been a couple of products where I got the feeling that they were mildly changed from their original purpose to all of a sudden be a new Spittoon product. Now, are these still being made? Tell you the truth, I cannot find little or any information on these at all. I got this one at ryosupply.com. They have them. They do have ones with different bottoms that are not plain. They are more expensive, but those, this, if it was something that you had a collection or whatnot, yeah, why not at that price? But buying a more expensive version of this that's engineered exactly the same way, nah, I wouldn't go there. So it's sort of cool that it's different and it's not a mud jug, and, you know, it adds a little depth to the market. But besides that, this is real. That is not good. You could not leave this with fluid in it like that. You'd have a problem. Now, it doesn't come pouring out, as I said. It's more of a slow drip, but still, you know, I don't know. So let's take this back up top, and I will wrap this. And we are back, and my nose is itching, and I'm guttural, and it's a mess. But anyway, the other issue with this, and this isn't really a big deal at all because I don't see anybody actually using the can top, is this part. I'm not quite sure, this right here, how long that is going to be that way. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not going to go out of my way to break it, nor am I going to go out of my way to test this, because this is the only one I have, and I do sort of collect Spittoons at this point. So it's interesting, and I like how much it could hold. I don't mind the bottle top like opening, but no gasket on this. And I thought, you know what, maybe this is like old stock, because I couldn't find anything about the company. I'm like, maybe it's old stock, and maybe originally it did have, but no, because that's recessed in there to here. There's no way to put one in there, and there is some, I don't want to call it a bulkhead. There's no way this could have a gasket on it, and that's a huge problem in my mind. Huge problem. I like how much it holds. I like the size, how it feels. I like it. I want to like it. How about that? I want to like this, but then I think, yeah, well, it was like $12.90, and then you sort of want to give it a pass. So anyway, this has been my review of the Spittoon, and I'm not kidding. That's what it's called, the place I got it from anyway. The Spittoon with can holder in all its glory. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do hope you all are well. As always, do take care of yourselves, and God bless.